Dear Mother, there is so much to tell. I don't know where to start. I am now over here, somewhere in England, is all I can say. I had always hoped to come abroad sometime, but this has happened all so suddenly.
I'm incredibly excited about this commission, Jonathan Leshnoff's Third Symphony. In the past, we've commissioned composers to write based on works of the Nelson Atkins. We based works on the fountains of our city. We like the idea of emphasizing the impact that music can have in allowing us to see ourselves in our community. We invited Jonathan to come trawl through the archives at the World War I Museum.
So when the Symphony talked about this project, we couldn't have been more delighted to make the collection available. And what was selected was this collection of letters that are first-person stories, accounts of being in war.
He came up with letters which will serve as the text for the vocal part sung by the astonishing baritone Stephen Powell. And completely unknown to him, he settled on a letter that was written by the uncle of one of our current board members, who also had no idea that that letter was in the museum.
My uncle, like many of his generations, was very modest. He didn't talk a lot about his life, although it was a very interesting life.
Well, my father was a hero of mine. I worshiped him, I really did. I think he must have been an extremely brave man, because in World War I, he rode a horse across no man's land, getting material from the enemy to transfer it to his brigade headquarters. Of course, no man's land was full of wire and trenches and terrible stuff. Frankly, I don't know how he survived. I don't know how any of them survived.
It is the anniversary of World War I, which is a hugely important milestone in our history. And here in Kansas City, we have the only national memorial for World War I, and it just seemed so appropriate. And Jonathan's music is incredibly emotional.
We're so proud to be collaborating with one of the world's great symphonies.
There are so many lessons, even today, that are relevant from World War I. But I think, to your question, what moves us most is the courage and the honor of those who served in that war and the dedication that reflected. And that was characteristic of my uncle, and I think many of the people that he served with.
I was on guard that night, and I nearly drowned trying to inspect the submarine lookouts. It was a sight I shall never forget. Every now and then a bright full moon would come out from behind the clouds and throw its beams upon the whitecaps. Back in the distance you could see other ships tossing in the waves. It did not seem possible that the same moon was shining down on you all way back there in Missouri.